Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, then hi, my name's Caitlin and today I am bringing over a project that was exclusively on my Instagram and I'm bringing it to the big screen, the YouTube channel. Wow. This is the 101 Pans project. This is an eyeshadow based project and I'm trying to hit 101 eyeshadow pans. Now I started this project on my birthday, it was the 7th of September, and so far we've hit 8 pans, which isn't much, but it's progress, it's something. These pans were either hit in projects or they were hit naturally. There isn't really a place where I can show my naturally hit pans, so I just wanted to showcase them here. So these updates are just going to be nice juicy eyeshadow pans. I'm going to tell you how I use them, if I like them, the numbers, and hopefully we can make our way up to 101 pans soon. I know people have taken years to do this project, so this is going to be a long one. But before we jump into it, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe because it would mean the world to me. And I'm doing Vlogmas this year, which means I'm uploading every single day in December, so you don't want to miss that. So let's get on into it. A little housekeeping. I'm going to be uploading 2 videos a week for the next few weeks just because Vlogmas is taking it out of me, and I was missing for an upload. I was in the hospital. I have a kidney infection. It's not fun. But anyway, let's get on into it. So the first pan number 1, the originator of this comes from my e.l.f. bite-sized little palette. This is in the shade Truffles. And this is the pan here. I hit this on my birthday and I was like, a nice birthday pan. I was like, I'm gonna do this project. I'm gonna do it. It's my birthday. Screw it. You know, let's be wild and crazy. So I use this shade in my eyebrows actually. I haven't got anything, well, I've got a brow gel in my eyebrows today. I've been to uni. So, rep the merch, you know. But no, I used it in my eyebrows. It didn't take me that long to hit pan on it, to be honest. I wasn't counting it because it wasn't in a project. It was just in a Shop My Stash and I'd kind of rotated it. So yeah, this is pan number 1, the originator, the OG. We love it. These pans are really, really shallow. So if you do have these at home, I'd recommend it, especially if you're new to panning, definitely try and pan one of these because they're small and they've got very, very shallow pans. So yeah. A nice little, I don't know what I'm doing, nice little eyebrow shade. It's a little bit warm, but that's fine. So that's number 1. Number 2, this is my Juvia's Place Saharan 2 palette. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this palette. Some days I absolutely adore it and some days I just really don't. But this was also hit naturally and I'm not even sure if you're going to be able to see it because it's in this white shade here. Here, you can see it there, I think. It is just a teeny tiny pan and I use this in my inner corner. It's just like a really nice white gold. Why am I so white? Wow, hang on. It was just a really nice white gold kind of shade. It does come across a little bit deeper than it does in the pan, but I mean, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. It's a really easy shade to use and it didn't take me that long to hit pan on it. Again, this was just a natural pan. It wasn't in a project or anything like that. So I'm glad about that, but I'm definitely wanting to get more use out of this palette as a whole because it's beautiful. As I said, sometimes I reach for that so much and then sometimes I just can't reach for it. I don't know what it is. Okay, pan number 3 we actually hit in my Pan Those Eyeshadows project. It's from my W7 Total Eclipse palette and it is the shade Orion. We have a pretty big pan in it. There you are. You can see that there. Yeah, it's like a really beautiful topper shade. It's like this blue, iridescent, sparkly topper. And as you guys know, I love blue. Blue's my favourite. So I would top this on top of literally any look. It could be a neutral look like I'm wearing today. It could have been a blue look, a pink look, a green look, an orange look, whatever. And I would have tapped this all over because it is so gosh darn beautiful. It's like a really flaky shade as well. So I mean, fallout is hell with it. But if you wipe away the fallout, it's just like, oh, multi-dimensional. It's beautiful. I really do love that shade. So I'm glad I've got a pan in this palette as well because I need to use this palette more. This is definitely a contender for a 10 use project. because yeah, I just need to love it a little bit more, get some use out of it, because that'll be very handy for me. I don't know, just this palette as a whole, kind of confuses me, because the only deep shade is a purple, so I don't really know how you're supposed to use the neutrals in here, but it may just be me being a little bit stupid. So yeah, that is pan number 3. Pan number 4 was from my rolling project 10 pan, and this is the shade Hot Fudge from my Jeffree Star Mini Breaker palette. I think it's from the Mini Breaker. This is what it looks like. It's a tiny pan. Can you even see it? Yeah, you're gonna be, yeah, there you go. It's a tiny, tiny pan, and I use this in my eyebrows. Again, it didn't take that long because it's such a tiny pan. I've actually hit pan in this shade twice. I know. I hit pan on it and then it just crumbled and it broke, so I had to repress it, and this is what it's looking like now. So I've hit pan in it again. Tiny, tiny pan, but I do want to use this a lot more. I want to have this as like my eyebrow shade, because I do have some brow pencils that I want to use up. But honestly, I've converted to using eyeshadow in my brows. I just think it's so good. I think it's so handy. It's so useful. I want to keep this in my little magnetic palette and take it everywhere I go and use it every day in my brows because I love it. Pan number 5. This, whoo, this took me so long. This is the yellow from the Juvia's Place Zulu palette. Can you? It's so hard to know if we can see it. Obviously I've had pan on the green, but I hit pan on that before this project started. So we're just going to be talking about the yellow shade. Here, you can definitely see it there. There is pan, I promise. It's so difficult to know if you can see the pan or not, but this is the 5th pan. This took, I think it's 24 uses, and I think this is the most uses that I've tracked so far to hit pan on a shade. Every single time that I used this for about a week, I was adamant. I was sure that I was going to hit pan on it, but it took me 24 uses, a long time. It was a challenge, but luckily it was kind of a neutral-ish shade, so I could wear it with everyday looks. It just made it a little bit brighter, which, I mean, you know me, I love that. So yeah, this took 10 uses less. This took 14, so this took 24. Wild ride. It was, oh, it took a while. It's kind of put me off panning more shades in this because I know it's such a commitment. I probably could do this top row, and I probably could do this blue because you know how I feel about blue. I just love it. Maybe this, oh, I don't know actually. Maybe for like a year-long kind of project I could work on that. But I mean, this pink and the purple would trigger me, I think, to try and hit pan on. So that's the 5th anyway. The 6th was a pan I hit naturally. It's from my Bella Pierre All Stars palette. It's this brown shade here. It is such a kick-uppy shade. It's mad. Like, it's so kick-uppy. I used this shade next to it today in my like direct crease area, and it's nowhere near as kick-uppy as this. This took me, I didn't track it because it was just natural use, but I'd say it took me about 10 uses, if not less. Just, you tap your brush and it's just exploding everywhere. But, I mean, it's increased my pan percentage, so I'm happy about that. I mean, can't complain there. So yeah, this is my 6th pan. I want to hit more pans in this palette, definitely. This shade, this kind of maroony shade, has got a big dip in it. I mixed this shade and this shade for some Halloween looks. I did it on me and my boyfriend, and we went out twice, so that's 4 uses in total. And I just like put it everywhere, so that's probably why it didn't take too many uses to hit pan. This blue shade as well above it has a really big dip in it. I just really love this palette and I want it to look more used. So yeah, that is our 6th little pan. And the 7th pan actually comes from this palette as well. It's this top shade here. Now I really don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I'm hoping you can see it in this shade here. I think you can see it there. Yeah. It's just a little bit on the side here. Yeah, it's just an inner corner shade. It's beautiful. I love it. I just whacked that on my inner corner for so long and I hit pan on it eventually. It's really flaky. Like, there are a lot of different formulas in this palette, which I love, but it is a very, very flaky shade, a very intense shade. If I was putting it all over the lid, it would have been easier, but because I was using such a like little brush and trying to pack it, it was a little bit of a pain to use, but I mean, I hit pan on it, so we don't care. And the final shade that I'm talking about today is the 8th pan, and it is in my little elf truffles again. Little spoiler for one of my project pans, one of my other project pans, but I couldn't resist. We now have 2 pans in this palette. I just use this for like a liner most days, and then obviously for Halloween. Came in great for Halloween. All them dark smoky eyes that I was doing, I'd always reach for this, and we've got pan in it. I do want to pan these other 2 shades as well, like a fully panned palette. Ooh, that would be beautiful. But as of right now, we have 2 pans. I'm so happy. So that was my kind of first update for the 101 pans project. I haven't done an introduction because I didn't even realise that I was going to be doing this on my YouTube channel. But yeah, here we go. If you want sneak peeks for any of my projects, then check out my Instagram. It is caitlin.c_official. I do sneak peeks, like I said, for my project pans. You're going to be able to get updated for this project exactly when the pans are hit, because I'm not going to be updating this like every month. I'm just going to be updating it when I have a group of pans, you know? I also do flat lays and like makeup looks and all that fun stuff if you want. Have a gander. So that is the video for today, guys. I'm going to take a long hot bath because I've been dancing today. Feel sorry for me. I hope you all have an absolutely incredible day, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, bye guys. Ooh.